Radomir Sejdak, language challenge. Let's see. Do we have connection? Do we see each other? Hello, let me know if you are there. So welcome to language challenge channel. Yeah, okay. When you are there, please let me know where are you from and where are you now. I'm broadcasting to you now from Germany, from my apartment near the beautiful town of Trier, near the Moselle River in Germany, near the border of Luxembourg. Where are you from? Write me in the comment. And what I'm interested in also is, what is your language challenge? And so today's subject, that will be, in general, I would say that I used to fail in German language very much. I used to fail in learning German language in school, and now I'm director in the German corporation, and I work every day in German language, German and English, although I was failing. So today I'm going to talk about it and what was my road to this process. And I'm saying to this not to impress you, but I'm also saying this because I feel that some of us may feel weak because we were judged in school in terms of grades that we are not good in languages. Well, welcome to the club. I wasn't not only good in languages, the German language was one of the worst for me in the school, worst subjects, and I was never the best student, but I was kind of average, a little bit over average, but the German language was a disaster for me. And today I can speak it fluently, and I learned German actually in 1 year or maximum 2 years to the communicative B2 level, Goethe Institute approved B2 level in 2 years, and I did it. Yeah, I'm going to say how. Today I'm 44 and I learned it just a few years ago, and after this I learned a few other languages. So yes, I'm speaking in general, I speak 5 languages. One of them is native, Polish, but apart from this, English, German, which I mentioned, Spanish, and now I'm learning French. That's my language challenge. So I can call myself polyglot, although I don't speak 20 languages as some people can, So with this, I want to tell you that I don't have language talent. And I have never spent my life to learn online languages. That was always on side track of my life. It was never my most important thing, and still it is not. So there is few books behind me, but only those relate to the language. Yeah, it's about speaking German, and this one is also about my trip. Actually, how I spent it. 1-0 Poland, Germany. How did I survive and thrive and gain success, reach success in Germany? But apart from this, I'm mostly in real estate business, and I'm also sales manager, sales director for the German corporations. So it has never been my key thing to learn foreign languages. I never had talent to this. I never had focus on this. Yeah. But now it is like this. I talk with business customers, business partners in German language. I talk in English language. I don't have any problem with this. You can wake me up in the middle of the night and I can answer you, because I was focusing myself on talking and speaking in foreign language. Yeah, communicate as quickly as possible. But my journey did not begin with prestige. It began with much ordinary schoolish way. It began with, let's say it was school, yeah. But then after school, I Well, in the school, in primary school, I was learning German. As I said, I had the lowest grade, F. Whatever is in your grade, your school you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is how we have. I had the lowest, or you have A, B, C, D, E, F, and F is the worst. Yes, I had them in German. Yeah, and then in my secondary school, I had a English language, which didn't brought me to communication. But then my first job was also not connected with languages. That was actually working in marketing, one of the companies. It was, by the way, called vodka tester, but yeah, it's different story. Simple work, normal life, marketing, and so on. Not spectacular plan, not spectacular success, no spectacular promotions in my jobs also, yeah, many years, yeah. So I have to say from the beginning that I couldn't find any exceptional things in my life. I couldn't find any exceptional skills, talents in my life. So that was a little bit cold shower. But other shocks came in terms of languages. So 2 of them. Yeah, so that was really a reality check. So first was with English. At school, on the secondary school, I was one of the best. If not the best in my class, probably one of the best in school in English. I thought really that I knew English language enough. And then I went to England to work for in a summer vacation for 4 months, and I realized suddenly in London I don't speak English at all. And then after a few months, after a few weeks there, I see also I cannot even communicate with people because I don't know how. And then I saw it. I wanted to order something, or I know how confused were people talking to me because they see I know some words, but make some sentences, communicate, I could not. Yeah, so I definitely proved myself that being 20 years old, I still cannot communicate good enough in English. Yeah, yeah. So that was a little bit shock. Yeah, I couldn't even understand the cashier, and they couldn't understand me. I mean, I couldn't. That's understanding them was really the toughest, to be honest. Yeah, some of them saying was I couldn't speak, but understanding them. How did I learn? How did I learn that I couldn't understand the native English person? Yeah? That was a disaster for me. And I can now, so I guess I didn't learn properly enough. Yeah, yeah, that was a shock for me. That was a shock, yeah. Because suddenly I saw the difference between the school language and really natural life language, what we need in our life when we want to use the language, yeah? Real language. The second part of my shock was with German. It was even more extreme because there I had no illusion at all. German was my worst subject in school. Yeah, falling grades, the worst grades. I couldn't imagine that I'm good, and I didn't expect any success. Yeah, after that I was very bad at school, and in English I was good, but then I was in real life I was disaster. So I didn't have any, I couldn't mistake myself that it would be suddenly success. Weak results in both languages showed me that, gave me the hint that I'm not going to be successful in German, and gave me zero sense that I would ever German language be useful in my life. That was a shock, yeah. But the irony of this is that the second shock was that today I speak fluently. I go on job interviews. I did go for job interviews in German a few years ago. And although I had no talent and I was very bad in languages in general, I went through and I won interviews in German language alone. And also after being 6 months in Germany, or first into Austria and then Germany, maybe I will talk about it a little bit later. After 6 months, I got a job as a German-speaking coordinator in Germany for people who comes to Germany and they want to solve some things. They don't speak German, but their work is needed in the factory or warehouse, and but they want to, when they want to go to the doctor, they need a translator. When they go to the landlord, to this, or Rathaus, what is this, city council, they want to solve some things, they need somebody who can help them, doctor, man, dentist, whatever, yeah. And today is that I wasn't talented, and this is where the irony of this whole story appears, because I learned this into the basic communication level in 6 months, the German. Yeah, after learning many years school way, learning the German school way. So that was a little bit shock for me. Yeah, this did not happen suddenly. Not happen because, and it's not happened because I discovered some hidden talents inside me. Yeah, there wasn't. Yeah, it happened because I changed my approach, the methods. Yeah, I changed the environment also. Yeah, true. But I forced myself to do action. Yeah, maybe I will go to this later. Yeah. And now I know that that the journey, how this journey looks like. Well, I can tell you maybe a little bit, maybe hint the story how it looks like. So let's say the German. Yeah, I'm focusing a lot on German because this is where I had a breakthrough. So German language I was learning first in school. It was disaster, but before I wanted to go to Austria, to Vienna. I wanted to prepare. So I went to the German courses. That was in Warsaw, in Poland, to German courses, and I wanted to learn. It was after hours and so on, so I was a little bit tired, but I also couldn't also learn there. I saw after 1 month, I'm not sure I progressed. I saw after 6 months, I'm not sure I progressed, and after